Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Paper Straw Podcast, not PSM Podcast. We're sorry for a couple of episodes where we've been saying that we're just dumb. I'll be your host for today, Christian Tijares, and with me are my co-hosts, Christopher the Nonstopper, the King of the Ring of Global Banter. He promises to love you long time, the great Christopher Short. And
Hmm.
with us also is the exalted Emperor of Eccentricities, host of the intrepid Ian Rignon channel, Mr. Ian Rignon. How are you guys?
Good, good, good.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, I just noticed. I just remembered we've been using PSM podcast for the past couple of episodes.
Really? I'm guilty. Am I guilty? I think so.
I think I started it.
Maybe so do I.
I
Yeah.
think I started it.
But it's all right. There's no better time to rebrand than like episode 4.
Rebranding episode 4. It's not even episode.
Which one is this? 3, 2? Which one is it?
Longer than that. Like
Oh,
for
I
those
mean
that have
with
been following
us
us,
3.
for those that have been following us and not subscribing, you know how many it has been and how long it has been. Like
Well, yeah,
we
paper straw has been a minute. Yeah.
yeah, we've been start and stop based on our circumstance, and we apologize for
Yeah.
that. But speaking of start and stop, like I don't know when you guys actually were aware of, and this is something I really wanted to discuss for a long time, like the evolution of YouTube for you guys, since YouTube has pioneered the streaming for a lot of people in the creation of original content in video format. I was wondering when was the year that you actually first encountered YouTube? Like for you,
That's a
Ian.
good question. Um, I encountered YouTube a while back, around 10 years ago, or maybe even longer. But YouTube as it is right now, it started I guess it started around 2017 or 2018. That long time ago. But uh I have I have known YouTube as a broadcasting or as a video sharing platform for a long time now. But for streaming, yeah, 2017, 2018. I started in 2019, and streaming on YouTube is already something it is already a thing at that
Mm.
point. So yeah.
How about you,
I
Chris?
remember I remember specifically where I was when I first seen YouTube.
Where?
I had just gotten to Korea in 2006, and I was at a barracks party, and one of the first conversations before I got drunk was, "Hey, did y'all know you can go on this website called YouTube and just play music?"
Really?
Yeah, there was already music uploaded on YouTube in 2006.
Yeah, because the funny thing about
Even
that is, it is. I think I've checked out YouTube. Yeah, about that time, I wasn't actually aware that music was actually available then. I
Yeah,
mostly looked at content from original creators. Like I do remember Smosh, like lip sync videos are all the rage back then. Like if anyone can remember those type of videos, and some content
yeah, I'm
creators actually started the career there. Not a lot of
yeah,
commentaries.
mm.
yeah.
Majority are actually sketch shows, right?
Yeah, a lot of you remember there was a lot of viral videos from back then. Unforgivable, unforgivable. You remember that? I met this bitch at the
Not
mall.
really. Not
See,
really.
That's
that's the
niche.
thing.
That's
It's been
old
so
YouTube.
long.
Very niche. I think
It's been
the
so long that
oldest known thing or content that I have watched on YouTube is the annoying orange.
yeah,
Okay.
it's still going on.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it actually pioneered a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
content creation, like the superimposing of the mouth and the eyes. I
And also Ryan Higa.
mm,
Know that guy?
Brian Higa. I'm not gonna mention his channel name
Yeah.
for the
Yeah,
purpose
yeah,
of
yeah.
not being taken out of context.
Yeah.
But
Let's just have his real name.
yeah, Brian Higa is now into podcasting. right? He left during the
Mm.
pandemic. Like his last video, I guess, was about the pandemic.
Mm. I think he's major majorly on Twitch
Yeah,
streaming
on
games.
Twitch.
That's the last I've heard of him, but good on him. Good on him for still continuing.
Yeah, and I figured we discussed the evolution. We're discussing now the evolution of YouTube. Like considering what the quality was before, not
Oh gosh.
generally in terms of equipment, but in terms of content and what we get from it. Like, do you think YouTube now is any better than what it was 10, 12 years ago? Because I figured the peak of YouTube was actually back in 2009, 2010.
I guess the
Mm.
peak for me is around 2016, 17. That time. Um during the final very I guess during the last very memorable YouTube shorts
Yeah.
prior to um who's that actor again? Uh I don't remember who
Movie.
that actor
Movie.
is.
You know the
Yeah, the
movie?
movie actor. No, no, it- what I remember in that the poor what the first poor one or the first poor YouTube rewind is the one with I forgot the name, but the one who said, "Oh, that's hot."
Hmm.
You mean the girl?
No, no, no. This is
Oh.
the guy, the same
Was it
guy
Will
who
Smith?
slapped the same guy who slapped Chris Rock,
Yeah, Will
Will
Smith.
Smith?
Will Smith. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that
Oh,
meme.
okay.
Oh, that's
The
hot.
YouTube rewind with Will Smith. That's the first poor one. Prior to that, all of the YouTube rewind videos were good.
Mm.
Yeah, the reason why I mentioned that for me the peak was 2009, 2010, because moving forward, this is the era of the late night shows coming into YouTube. This was the
And I
era where
guess,
YouTube, which
yeah.
is content driven by individuals, private citizens, actually being mixed together with mass media that is run by big
Mhm.
corporations. So these
And I
are
guess,
these are solo creators being in competition with traffic
Mm.
that is being garnered by those with actually deep pockets behind them. And then moving
yeah.
forward, like we see the shift when it comes to these, like the production value right now.
Mm.
But I think with 2010 moving forwards, this is the year where mainstream media actually meets with the content creators of the internet.
Mhm. I just want to ask, when did Google acquire YouTube? Because it is also a factor here.
I think it was way before that.
Mm.
Like
But
if
perhaps
we
it's
take a
also
look,
a contributing factor to
was it
why you are saying it, or why you're saying that the peak of
like
YouTube is
it was
2009, 2010.
before Google, before YouTube, like has been mainstream. 2006 was the acquisition of Google, so it was
Oh,
even before that. So
It was wow, they got it fast. It launched in 2005.
yeah, within a year, like
Within a
anyone
year
can.
they had already bought it up.
Like, who were the competitions back then? Was it Daily Motion and Vimeo? Like, do you think these two platforms can compete?
Yeah, no.
Like,
yeah.
YouTube was the hottest thing back then. And the
Yeah.
sad thing
So
about that is, between all of the streaming platforms, YouTube has the best bandwidth when it comes to streaming.
Mm.
And this was during the time of the dial-up.
Yeah.
mm,
Like in some countries, dial-up was still the thing. I know DSL is actually available in the US, but particularly for my country, our country, it wasn't that prevalent back then. Like internet back then in the Philippines was actually really expensive.
Well, I
yeah,
remember, I mean, even after like I heard about it, right? I heard about it in 2006, like probably right around the time Google picked it up, September maybe.
Yeah.
Uh it still wasn't part of like the zeitgeist. Like I still live the next 3 or 4 years of my life without
Yeah.
YouTube.
And everyone was actually living in social media back then, even before YouTube, right? That people
Well, I
tend
mean,
to forget that social media actually caught on first before all of the streaming because
Yahoo
just from my
Messenger.
experience, yeah, just from my experience here in the Philippines, like I said, the bandwidth, only social media can be accommodated by the bandwidth that we have here with the internet. It's much easier to actually stream a video on social media rather than go on the YouTube channel. Like I don't know if Ian was aware of this back then, but there are jokes that you can actually stream on YouTube in computer shops, in computer cafes, because all the other people's connections would actually slow down.
I'm not aware of that, but I can definitely corroborate that because there are uh lags when it comes to gaming and even LAN gaming. There are lags
Yeah.
in computer
Yeah,
shops back then.
people have been stabbed because of that,
Oh
Jesus.
yeah.
right? Just because someone
Because
turned on the YouTube,
Mhm.
someone turned on their YouTube and someone's game actually slowed down. Like I think this was
Yeah.
Dota 1 back then that
I
people
can
were playing.
imagine the profanities
Right.
the other people in the shop is uh screaming at that guy.
In
yeah, oh
terms of
God.
in terms of content, like have you seen the major evolutions that we've been experiencing, and as well as the content creators? Like when you first started watching YouTube, and not just skimming through it, like religiously wasting your time on it. Who are the
Mm.
YouTube creators that you actually first actually clicked?
This is going to tell a lot about how late I was to the game. Um, probably
Do you have
dude,
to
probably
sign a
dude,
waiver?
dude perfect was probably one of the dude perfect was probably one of the first things that I actually took the time to subscribe to.
Oh, dude, perfect. Yeah.
I think they're the reason I created a username on YouTube, an account, so I could
Perfect.
subscribe. Yeah,
What was their niche?
trick shots. They're still going. They're huge. They do live
Yeah.
tours now.
Yeah.
They're the ones creating the trick shot videos.
Yeah, that's dude
Yeah. Trick
perfect. Yeah.
shot
Really?
videos. Yeah, and there's also this I'm not sure if I saw this on Facebook, but I guess this is also one of their videos where they hired uh, I'm not sure if it's a US Air Force or Air National Guard plane, cargo plane, and they played darts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, as if they're dropping bombs.
I think that's the Australian version of Dude Perfect, which is how ridiculous.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
They're
And
promoting it.
I was actually in very early on Good Mythical Morning. Probably like
Yeah.
season three, maybe I think I started watching GMM. And it's been a religious thing for me ever since. I watch GMM every day. There's an episode that gets published in an hour, 6 p.m. every day. Good Mythical Morning. Well, Monday through Friday.
Yeah, you would have to take into consideration how that channel was actually suggested to you back then, because the algorithm, I think, was actually pretty different, right? And how
Yeah,
you discovered it.
I don't know how I discovered it. Did I? Did someone show it to me?
Like for
I
me,
don't
I guess my
remember.
first channel like would be Smosh. Like that's the first thing that actually popped up.
Mm,
It says back
As is
then, I think Google was actually using the algorithm of just suggesting the highest rated videos, the most viewed ones, right?
yeah,
yeah.
it still is the
Not,
game today.
there's not much data within the user base, I guess back then to actually create a personalized a suggestion for you. So a lot of people back then, I think have been able to actually watch hidden hidden treasures when it comes to the videos.
Mm.
And now the algorithm just suggests reaction videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And the
I
occasional
guess
late night channels. Like,
but I guess since I've had some kind of experience, or not really experience, but background when it comes to a lot of things, I actively search all of these topics, or all of these topics on YouTube, and
yeah.
Hmm.
it just shows up, and then it just accumulates into the algorithm. But it's because um I got interest first, and not, and it's not the platform providing it for me.
I don't know
Know what
about
I'm
you,
saying?
but they read. I don't care what anybody says. Uh, Social media. Like before, it was mentions. And I know that this is true because it's happened to me numerous times. You mention something, you get ads for it. It happens. You say, I'm hungry. You open Facebook, first ad you're going to see is probably KFC or McDonald's. That's just the way it is. We were talking about buying a lamp. This was the first time when I was like, what the fuck? We were talking about buying. I was like, would you want one really nice lamp or like two matching lamps? And that was kind of the whole conversation. And then, dude, on social media, after the conversation, I'm scrolling, so I'm getting fucking lamp advertisements like crazy. And I was like, this is strange. I was just talking about this. Now, and this happened to me yesterday,
Yeah.
just yesterday,
Hmm.
I was thinking like, just thinking to because I'm here by myself. I'm thinking about, you know, buying shit basically. And
Yeah.
I only thought, I wonder if I should I buy a new sofa? Because I have one. It's a pull-out bed. Like, so I've had it forever. It's not in the best shape. I was like, is that something I should invest in? Is a new sofa? And just out of the blue, bro, I got sofa fucking uh
Like
they're all over my social media.
like you're telling us now that the algorithm is now Jedi level mind trick,
Yeah, 100%.
right?
100%. I didn't even say this out loud. The things I had been searching were flooring. So I was getting a lot of floor. The things I've been Googling, flooring. I was getting a lot of flooring things. I was getting a lot of renovation suggestions. I only thought about a couch and all these renovation and flooring and painting and wall coverings, all these things disappeared. And now I'm getting sofa
It's like it's like
advertisements.
Amazon. It's like Amazon right before like buying a book. There's another suggestion like those who bought this book also bought a rope and a stool.
Yeah. I guess maybe
Yeah.
it could be like, if you're doing renovation, maybe you need new furniture. But it
The
was just really
simplicity of the
strange because
algorithm back then. I don't know which is actually better. Them giving you what you're actually interested in, or before where you're actually able to actually experience something you've never experienced before. Like finding out you're actually interested in something without being suggested without it being suggested to you. Like I don't know if which is better. Maybe because it's new back then, that's why it's actually passable for a new experience. But
yeah.
yeah. And moving on to the creators, like here's a funny
Oh,
thing about me.
creators.
Are you guys aware of the issue happening right now in content creators?
What's happening?
If I have to guess, it's about Jimmy Donaldson,
Not
aka Mr. Beast.
not just him. Like we
Not
have
just
Logan
him.
Paul,
Oh yeah,
Mm.
KSI.
Logan Paul, KSI, the unholy trinity of YouTube.
Like
Holy shit.
I'm still
Those
Not a
three combined would definitely would definitely cause an another apocalypse. That's just me, but yeah.
like with MrBeast, I can actually understand. Like he's had this facade for so long. Allegedly, you have to say
mm.
allegedly because it's still not
Yeah.
nothing has been litigated.
For legal
But he's
reasons, for
but
legal
saying
reasons.
allegedly for KSI and Logan Paul regarding their character, I don't think that's credible anymore. Like we've been we've known these two for so long, and they actually haven't hidden their personas, and yet we are
True.
still surprised on all the shit that they've been doing.
That's actually
Like,
a good point.
like
The first thing that the first thing that I knew about Logan Paul is his controversial video in Japan where he videoed
yeah.
a deceased person.
Why do we think selling Lunchly is anything less?
Yeah.
Lunchly's a good idea.
Right? I mean,
Lunchly's a
think
good
about
idea.
it. In terms of the shit that they've done,
Yeah.
Lunchly is at the bottom. Like,
Right.
Mhm.
they're already making obese kids even more obese in the US. Like,
Oh yeah. And a lot of medical YouTubers are debunking whatever what they have said when they promoted Lunchly.
I know there's a case
What they
to
say.
be had when it comes to these products in terms of availability, accessibility. Like, that's the reason why fast food was actually born, right?
Mm.
But in terms of feeding your kids, what they're actually selling, like, how much do you love your
Mm.
kid?
Right. Well, the reason I
I,
said it was a good idea is because Lunchables had the game locked on that
Yeah,
product. So that was
yeah,
a
and it's
or
good
first
move.
it was
it's
a
a
good
first of
move,
its
but
kind, and then Lunchly is the competition. Is that what I'm
yeah,
is that it, right? Am I
yeah,
right?
it was a good idea for them. Like, let's make this thing more deadly. Let's add caffeine,
Yeah.
Prime. It's
right?
Logan Paul's Prime that that gives caffeine. I can deal with coffee, but caffeine in an energy drink, that's different.
Like,
I don't know.
I
I
know
live on
these.
it.
Like, we're adults here. Like, we're not the target audience for Lunchables. Like this. This is like
Yeah.
Right.
selling sweepstakes to a kid. Like, the
Yeah.
only thing you're betting right now is your life and your childhood.
And a lot of YouTubers from all sides of the political spectrum are saying that you know, this is a bit of a moral there's something moral when there's a moral aspect to this issue regarding not just Jimmy but also Logan and KSI and Lunchley because you know
I don't.
Jimmy has allegedly, okay, I'm saying allegedly, been targeting specifically kids and uh young
Yeah.
impressionate kids at that.
Do, do they have PR agents on lock? I don't think their PR agents are working overtime because no one actually advised Mr. Beast regarding, hey, you currently have something of the underage issue right
Maybe
Hmm.
now. Then you're gonna be
they're only
selling this
doing that.
product to minors.
They're only
Like,
doing that perhaps because of because of what Ava Chris Tyson or the revelations about Ava Chris
yeah,
Tyson.
this is like R. Kelly selling a mixtape to a preschool. Like, what the hell?
Oh, R. Kelly. It's like
Or-
R.
Have I
Kelly,
caught
like
you off guard?
nursery rhymes.
R. Kelly nursery rhymes. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is just nothing but a number.
Oh God.
And SA are just letters.
Oh my goodness. We're
Yeah,
just
but I think
scratching
we.
ladies and gentlemen, we are just scratching the surface regarding this, regarding the issues, not only with YouTubers doing some bad shit, but also celebrities in general who are
Yeah.
doing some bad shit.
What what have we all done wrong that we're left with these ones? Like, we mentioned Ryan Higa before. He was one of the good ones. Why did he leave us?
Yeah. And as of late, Matthew Patrick, aka Matt Pat, okay,
Yeah.
he may be a bit eccentric,
Was
but
he
he's
was he the one who sold his channel? He
game
was, right?
theory or team theorists. Yeah, the one who retired earlier this year,
Yeah.
and passed on the four major channels to his creative directors. Yeah, that guy.
And how was that sale?
Um, if I am not mistaken, Lunar X is the company. I'm not sure if it's Lunar X, but um, basically MatPat sold Team Theorists to a media company that perhaps he understands would propel all the four channels plus GT Live uh
Yeah.
to more success beyond him, so to speak.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like these YouTubers are not experiencing burnout. It's just that their content is now being overshadowed by lean content, meaning content that have very less investment but high views.
Yeah, and
Mm.
to be clear, it's Lunar X. The company
Yeah,
is
Lunar X.
yeah.
Like I figured if Smosh, uh, I think Smosh is just it's an OG channel that's still available now, and I think it's still a success even up to this
Uh,
point. But
PewDiePie.
what?
I
PewDiePie
know.
is also still an independent creator. I mean, Felix Kjellberg is way past his prime, but you know what? It's
It's
for
not
the
even.
better because he
It's
is
not
a
even way
he's
past his
now
prime. Like this
mhm.
time, I think his genre has been cannibalized by a lot of streamers. Like that's why I mentioned Smosh. Not a lot of video channels are actually doing sketch comedy.
Mm.
Mhm.
Well, Smosh was sold by the two dudes, Anthony and what's his name, the other one?
Yeah, the Defy, and that was a shitstorm.
No, they sold it to Rhett and Link.
It was the it
Anthony
it was
Padilla.
just yeah, it was
One of them
just
is Anthony
Ian.
Padilla.
It was just
Ian
Ian
Hecox.
Hecox back
Mm.
then because Anthony left, right?
Yeah, but
Because
then they came back together and they bought it back.
they bought it back for
Yeah,
how much
I
do you think did they buy it back?
I'm sure Mythical turned a slight profit.
Yeah, slight is yeah, I would give them that. Like a slight profit would be. I don't think
Yeah.
they would be greedy on this part because I think there was a relationship built with the two
Mm.
duos, right? Like
Yeah,
they
I think
are.
they worked. I think they shared studio space. Or at least had adjacent studio space. So they were like close creatively, whether it be, on camera or behind the scenes. I think they did have a relationship. And when Anthony and Ian had that split, kind of Rhett and Link kind of bought it and was like, all right, we're gonna, and they did develop some things over there.
Yeah, and
You've
that
seen
was
a lot
so
of
lucky of them. Like,
mythical Smosh crossovers.
and it was so lucky of Smosh that Anthony actually left and created something of his own. Like I
Mm,
figured
yeah,
that has factored into why they were able to actually buy back Smosh. Imagine if he hadn't gone solo and wasn't actually successful, would they have been able to actually take that channel
yeah, I
back?
think
right.
I never knew Anthony Padilla is one half of Smosh because I knew him as an individual YouTuber,
Yeah,
interviewing fellow YouTubers, and ironically including Ava Chris Tyson, but that's another story. But I never knew that Anthony Padilla has a has a key role in Smosh. So yeah,
yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
now I
learn
know.
something every day.
They were among the originators of YouTube. Like there
Mhm.
could be an
Yeah.
argument to be made if they haven't actually their videos haven't gone mainstream. It would still take
Mhm.
a couple of years before actually YouTube gets their footing. Like they were
Uh-huh.
I guess you could call the first internet celebrities, right? Because they were
Mm.
featured in news articles back then, 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you based on this conversation. How do you feel about TV personalities like Bill Maher and having crossing over into the YouTube space
Me?
with his
Not just
yeah.
Bill Maher.
No, it's
Yeah,
not, but that's just as an example.
yeah, because Bill, for me, the earliest stand-up specials I've seen was actually Bill Maher stand-ups back in
Yeah.
2006. Like he was already utilizing YouTube back then. Politically Incorrect is being uploaded on YouTube. So among all the stand-up comics, he's among
But
the
I mean,
most
now he
reputable.
has, but now he has his podcast on YouTube, Club Random.
For me, regarding the content type, like we're doing podcasts now, like the comedians
Like he's
doing,
doing content specifically for YouTube.
yes, he's doing specifically for YouTube. What I am actually against is regurgitating network viewing onto YouTube and making
Hmm.
it compete with other original content creators.
Right.
That's a
Yeah.
problem right now. If you think about it, like original content creators, not a lot of people there's a lot of content on YouTube that's actually really good, but sometimes they're actually
Hmm.
being buried by corporate videos that have the backing, that have the advertising, that have the name brands. Like before,
Right.
if you started a channel, if you're just one person with no brand, you at least have a fighting chance if you make something viral. How can you compete with carpool karaoke? It's being
Yeah.
a constant,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Even if the host
Yeah.
sucks, you're sure that the celebrity won't be.
Right. 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 Right.
Yeah.
So considering back then when Bill Maher actually joined YouTube, and now he has his own club around the podcast. Theo Vaughn, uh, that I'm okay with. Bill Burr doing the
Yeah.
podcast. For wrestling, there's Jim Cornette, Vince Russo, 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff. Like I'm good with those type of contents because they bring value to the platform, and I can't actually watch them anywhere else, right?
Oh, true. 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 True.
But if I can watch you on network TV, like it is
Yeah.
good for the international market, right? But internationally, do you think other peoples from other part of the world can actually are
Appreciate it.
actually
No.
in on the joke?
Well, I think it. I think the
I
big
don't think
draw, man, like
so.
yeah, the big, the appeal is it's kind of its open format. There's no restrictions for other than like as far as like time goes, right? Like you can sit down and have a conversation, talk about anything you want. Whereas on network television, you're concerned about you know advertisers and all that stuff.
Yeah, and it's good you mentioned this
Mm.
because this is the reason why I actually mentioned KSI stuff and Logan Paul. The type of content that they've done. Do we know what we classify them as? Early
Honestly,
Logan Paul and KSI,
honestly, it's more vlogs. The,
right?
the earlier the early stuff are vlogs, but then again, um the two of them and Jimmy have been selling themselves out more recently, especially when the Mr. Beastification
Yeah,
of YouTube happened.
because right now I
There's
feel
actually
like
this video.
yeah.
There's this video actually of what he called the Mr. Beastification of YouTube, and this was prior to the Tyson allegations the and the larger Mr. Beast allegations.
Like the Mr. Beast content are just prank channels that has a budget. If you think
Exactly.
about it,
Not just pranks, but also
TikTok
challenges.
challenges that have
Yeah.
budgets, right? If
Hmm.
you
Massive budgets.
massive
Deep
budgets and massive
pockets.
appeal, like, and it's targeted to kids. Like
But I
imagine
mean,
back then, since the age of Logan Paul back then was actually really targeted to kids. If you think about the type of content that he's doing back then, it is
And who
kind of
is
weird.
Jimmy? And who is Jimmy prior to all of that shit? He's just a poverty porn vlogger, right?
Was he?
I mean,
Was
one of
he?
his first videos involving tons of money was him giving some homeless guy $10,000. That's what I that's what I've been discovering
hey,
with all of these allegations.
if you want to learn about Mr. Beast, I suggest go watch his Joe Rogan interview from a couple years ago. It's good.
It's good
I
for what
figured.
it's worth, I guess.
Yeah, I figured Joe Rogan can have a good conversation with anyone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he broke down how much he became a student of YouTube, like not just YouTube, the platform, but of video creation. And like one thing that he said in the interview that will always stick with me is if you are trying to do something and you're trying to do it alone and you make 5 mistakes, you learn from those 5 mistakes. But if you do it with 4 people, let's say there's 5 altogether, your 5 mistakes you learn from, but you also learn from his 5 mistakes, his 5 mistakes, his 5 mistakes. So now, in the same amount of time where you would normally learn from 5 mistakes, you're learning from 25 mistakes.
Yeah, no
And I was like,
longer
that's
and no wonder Jimmy had Tyson. He had, I guess, Chandler Hollow. There's this guy called, I'm not sure of his name, but Jacob or Carl. I think it's Carl. Those are the three guys within Jimmy's inner circle.
Yeah, and he entered a space where content was actually easy, like doing let's play for Minecraft. Like
Yeah, he started
early
there.
on,
He started there.
early on, his fan base actually started as kids, and they now grew with his content.
Mm.
Like
And
mm.
even for his content, he's done grooming.
and
Allegedly, allegedly,
yeah, allegedly. And
allegedly.
the screen name Mr. Beast is actually provided to Jimmy by an Xbox that he has. It originally is Mr. Beast 6000.
Five
Mhm.
Oh,
thousand.
no, 6000. And yeah, 6000
6,000.
6000.
Sorry.
And yeah, given that some I don't want to say cuckoo or crazies uh uh attributing Jimmy Donaldson himself as the Antichrist. You know,
No, I
because of
wouldn't
the
go that far.
because of the term Mr. Beast. I mean, uh
Uh,
yeah, because of the
actually,
word Mr. Because of the term beast, right?
actually, on a lot of my social media, I use the name, like my handle is King Short.
King Short. Short
Yeah,
King.
it is. No,
Oh,
no, and but it's
I
the
thought it
same
was
thing as
Short
what
King.
it's the same thing that happened with Mr. Beast. Like I was setting up my Xbox profile and I just put in I was in the military. I just put in what everyone called me short
Yeah.
and it was like not available, generate random. So I'm just generating random and it keeps it's kind of like Yahoo like Yahoo does, right? Like they give you suggestions. And King
yeah,
Short popped up and I was like, "Oh, this is available. King Short's available."
yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, this is perfect." And it's
Yeah, and
kind of
that's
stuck with me since then.
and
You did it the
and that's
same
what
thing,
Jimmy is
the
the
same way,
yeah,
like how you make
and
your
that's the
Gmail
similar
account.
thing. Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
the similar thing that happened to Jimmy.
Like here, like my Instagram, yeah.
Yeah. One of one.
One of one.
One of
Yeah.
one. Oh yeah.
Because unfortunately it was taken on Instagram already. So I had to
Yeah, and the entirety of YouTube now is more. I think for the end game of a majority of content creators now is merchandising. You feel the same way?
Merch.
Yeah, merch is big.
Like the
Merch is
first,
big.
like again, I go back to Smosh. I think they were the first ones to actually do this, like with a movie
Mm,
and such in a magazine.
yeah.
Like it was just too early for the trend to actually catch on. But I think Mr. Beast and the rest actually they are in the this pocket that people are actually accepting of merchandising from internet celebrities. Like
Mm.
how good
I
is the
mean,
Feastables chocolate, by the way? Is it
I heard it's not
if
that good.
anyone wait, so I
Yeah.
see it's just a brand that's selling it. If it's not that
Gordon
good.
Yeah.
Ramsay, Gordon Ramsay said it was good. I don't know that it is.
I don't I guess he's under duress. I guess Chef
Under
Gordon
the
was
rest.
under duress when he said that.
Like is
But
someone holding a wet blanket beside
yeah,
him while they're
yeah,
filming?
I remember. Speaking of Feastables, there's this and speaking of Matt Pat, his Matt Pat's successor on food theory, Santi Masa, had a pot shot on Feastables on one of his first videos as presenter of Food Theory.
Yeah.
And after the Tyson allegations, a lot of people are saying Santi tried to warn us. Yeah. And speaking of merchandise, even PewDiePie is still promoting G Fuel,
Yeah.
even
G
now that
Fuel.
he is a husband and father
Yeah. I
living in
still feel.
Japan.
I still feel they should fire their PR agents. Like, you know, you have these kinds of allegations against your crew, and you're selling chocolate, something that lures little kids to vans. Like,
Yeah.
And
it's not a good look
why
right now.
chocolate though? Right? Why chocolate? Chocolate
You're
is
selling candy.
such a dominated. I mean, you have Hershey's. Like, who's going to ever, or even you go as far as like Toblerone, or heaven forbid, Ferrero Rocher, right? Like nobody's if there's those things you have Beastly or whatever the hell, I'm not picking that shit up.
Yeah, considering what's
Yeah.
the price of each one? What does it go for retail?
I don't even know, but I mean, if I'm buying chocolate, I'm not really. This isn't. It's already out of my budget, and so I'm not really price checking. You know
Does
what I'm
it
saying?
compete
And
with does it compete with Cadbury or Hershey's?
I don't know.
And speaking of
Let's
chocolate,
see.
I would rather go with local brands if all of the big wig
Yeah.
chocolate brands are a bit expensive. Here in the Philippines there's Goya.
Feastable,
But
Feastables, but is what it is.
yeah,
Feastable.
Feastables. Yeah. But as I said, I would go with Goya when it comes to to affordable chocolates. But I'm looking forward to, and this is a personal connection to me because my grandfather, my paternal grandfather, my dad's
Yeah.
dad worked for Surges chocolate. Have you heard of it, Christian?
Sorry.
What is it?
Surges.
Ah, Surge. Like,
Yeah.
90s kids are eating good back then in the Philippines. Like, you have the
Yeah.
football Surge.
My old man's old man was one of the mainstay employees until it got bankrupt in the early 2000s. And I remember very well when I was a kid, I got to taste some of the chocolate that Surge's manufactures. Such a shame that
Yeah, it's weird that that
The
company has
Gokyolai
become
family,
defunct.
yeah, the Gokyolai family had some shitty issues, and the chocolate company went defunct. It's such a
Yeah,
shame, but
it's so popular back then in the Philippines. Like, you can't actually watch television without actually seeing a commercial of their products. And all of a sudden it went away.
yeah, all of a sudden, and I am one of the descendants of one of their employees.
Okay.
You're a Wonka kid.
Wonka kid.
Yeah.
You're a Wonka kid.
Perhaps.
Feastables.
And Willy Wonka is the Gokyolai and Mr. Gokyolai, and if I'm not mistaken, he was one of the sponsors of my parents' wedding. The
Hmm.
Ninong, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
Feastables.
that's that.
Like Feastables, what Jeffrey Dahmer calls his Tinder date.
Oh.
Yeah,
Goodness gracious
we're
me.
hitting a lot now. Let's see. Are the complaint desks open? Like,
Yeah, the comment section.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, just complain in the comments.
Yeah, leave us your suggestion of what you call a Tinder date.
Oh.
Anyway,
Yeah.
going back to yeah.
YouTube is all about merchandising right now.
Mm.
Like, these YouTube, like they find, I think they figured out it's not gonna be all about views all the time. So we could probably bank on our brand, but how long did it actually take for them? And the weird thing is, if you think about the name Logan Paul and KSI, you wouldn't think the name brand is actually that good and that reputable. Why would you
Right.
go
Yeah,
into crypto with
because
these
of all the
two?
shit they've
Why
done.
why would you buy into their coins, into their crypto zoo, if you already know the real personas or the
And
real
CoffeeZilla
character from the start?
and CoffeeZilla exposed them, and Logan Paul sued CoffeeZilla.
Like if Dan TDM doesn't get out of this on top, like he's being handed a layup for this one because KSI is actually just self imploding at this point.
Yeah, but props to Dan TDM for taking on three of the three of the biggest YouTubers
Dude,
of all time
he didn't actually
alone.
do that much. If you think about it, it's just one tweet. I think one tweet
Yeah,
doesn't warrant
but
25 videos about it.
you know, Dan TDM is
Yeah.
somewhere is a legend of YouTube. No one can refute that. He's
Hmm.
in leagues with PewDiePie. That's for sure. And he's in leagues with PewDiePie, with MatPat, with Ken something, the guy who's who's podcasting with PewDiePie nowadays. Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, and with that being said, I'm getting right to the point right now. The major shift that I feel that content and on YouTube, and the reason why I did say that 2009 2010 was the peak when it comes to content is because there are no more content being made on YouTube. It's just drama.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's drama if you're looking for it for sure. You can find it, but I think there's still a lot of good creators
There
out
are a
there.
lot of good content if you think about it. Yeah, I understand, Chris, but it's being buried by these type of things.
Well,
I'm trying to be. We're trying to be.
I don't like all I do. I watch a lot of podcasts. Um, what else do I watch on YouTube? That's really all I watch. Podcasts, Good Mythical Morning. Um, I was kind of a fan of the reaction videos for a while, but I don't really watch those no more. What is on? Let's see. If I pop open my YouTube, what is on my first
Question,
video?
yeah. While you find it,
Baseball
question
highlights.
though
Yeah.
for you guys, which channel do you go to for just looking at the comment section?
Mostly commentary channels.
Like which specific?
CNN,
Commentary channels and news channels.
Like
CNN for sure.
like Chris knows I watch Bill Maher Club Random, but I'm much more entertained by the comment section rather than
Yeah,
what's on the video.
The
Like
Breakfast
Oh yeah.
Club. Breakfast
Breakfast
Club
Club
has a good
comment
comment. So
section.
yeah,
Those are my
yeah,
jam. Like
yeah. Anything from Charlie Kirk or Ben Shapiro comment section's wild.
Oh, you you mentioned Ben Shapiro.
yeah, anything from the
All of
Daily
his Daily
Wire, I
Wire
guess.
all of his Daily Wire colleagues also have very good comment sections. May it
Yeah,
be it Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles, even Brett Cooper.
Like, are the real stars of YouTube not actually those that have channels? It's just the comment section at this point,
it is. I like a good comment section.
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Comment section is probably one of the best things about social media. Like, have you ever seen a post and then you just go straight to the comments?
Mm.
It's like, oh God, I got to see what people have said about this shit.
Yeah, and every
And it's
time
the same.
I make a dumb move in my life, I just go to someone else's comment section and feel good about myself. Like, what I
One of
did
my
wasn't that
favorite
bad.
one of my favorite comment sections on Instagram is by this guy I follow, a Fancy Chef. This dude, I don't know if he's delusional or if he really believes that he's. It's just you have to check him out. His thing is fancy underscore chef underscore 2013. Uh,
Yeah.
but the comments,
Is his name Anjani?
I
Or is
doubt
it
it.
the is it another is it another guy?
It's probably a different guy. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Fancy Chef 2013. I see it now.
yeah. The
He's
comment
also on
section.
TikTok. I'm not sure if he's on TikTok, but yeah, there are some Fancy Chef 2013 content on TikTok too.
Tom Segura actually does a really funny thing where like he finds people with horrendous comment sections. So what's that one girl? Coffee. Oh gosh, what's her
Like I
name?
guess every podcast now has one. Hopefully we reach that level. We have dumb people in the comment section. Please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm just inviting people just come at us. So to speak.
Well, I already have some dumb shit being spewed on my own comment section on my own channel,
Yeah,
especially on the way that I say things or the way that I tackle things or um make videos. So yeah,
yeah, to our
Oh my
audience,
God, I
I'm
we
was
getting
still
gonna.
love you,
started.
but
But yeah.
yeah, to our audience, we still love you, but some of you are just some of you just pew dumb shit.
Dumb.
Like
Dumb
if you
shit.
want to
Yeah.
feel good about yourself, you made a lot of stupid decisions. Yeah. Search for the comments that said LGBTQ for Palestine. Like
Mm, yeah.
if if you don't know the context of what you're saying, like
Or
why?
or yeah, or even queers for Palestine. There's also that thing.
I
Like
can't
it's like
find her.
watching this is like watching Jaws and you're rooting for the shark,
It is.
right?
It's amazing the amount of confident ignorance that's in the world these days.
And I
Or
guess this
mental
is
gymnastics.
the
Mm,
type of fuel or ammunition that I think empowers content creators like Logan Paul and KSI, and even to an extent, MrBeast. Like there will always be sycophants that will actually fuel your user base or your fan base.
true.
And the evolution of the YouTube, I think, is just that. I think that's my statement in this. The evolution of YouTube is not about the content creators anymore. It's about the comment section.
Mhm. And it's not just
Yeah,
on YouTube. It also is reflected on other social media
Yeah,
platforms,
because I
be it
don't think the
Facebook.
advertisers are looking that
everywhere.
much. I don't
Yeah.
think advertisers are looking that much at the content that they create, more in the reaction of the comments below.
Mhm.
Right. I go there for the
For the
wit.
meme.
Mhm.
Some of that shit's funny.
For the memes, like
For the
the
But
internet
memes.
content is so fun.
I don't really comment on things, but usually, like you see a video, right? You have a knee-jerk reaction, like your first thing.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I'll just go to the comments to see if anybody else said it. That's
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. I don't really say it. It's just like, I wonder if anybody else noticed this. And I like scroll the comments, like, oh, this guy's seen it. Or this guy thinks the same way or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, usually that stops me from actually commenting when I'm actually someone or 50 people actually said the same thing. Like,
But I do have an issue right now with my Instagram. I commented on a post from when was this post even? This is from, it doesn't say when it was from, but it's of Zhao Ying Summers. You know her? It's
who?
Chinese
Who?
comedian. Zhao Ying Summers.
Zhao Ying Summers?
Yeah.
I don't. I apologize to whoever. Is it a she?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah.
So I commented because Andre 3000 is in the video, and she says some wild shit, and Andre 3000 he said,
Exactly.
"Damn." And all I commented was Andre 3K got the cleanest dam ever. This thing has 2,180 likes. And I'm the type of person where the little red, if you look at like my home screen, I have no notifications. That little red thing, the little red
Yeah.
dot, the little red number drives me crazy.
How many? How many likes?
2,000 something. But it's like every day.
Two thousand.
I almost wanted to 2,178. The last
Like,
most recent like was 19 hours ago.
do you think this generation has 2,000 people actually who still knows Andre 3000?
Well, he's in the video.
Oh, he's in the video.
Yeah. So like I think
Oh, she said just because you're ugly doesn't mean you're funny. You know, don't ugly people are funny. I said, Mama, I was not ugly. I was Miss China 2014. She goes, now you're older. You're Miss Chinatown.
yeah, damn. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, that's memeable. And the
Yeah.
quality of the videos back then was you can actually meme anything, right?
Mm,
And you
yeah.
can you even do that now? You'd be copyright struck, right?
I don't know. I think you can clip. There's still a clipping option, I think. You can clip, I
Yeah.
think you can clip videos and audio.
Yeah, I can still technically do that, but I am somehow, um avoiding it on
Yeah.
my end because, I really just wanna get on with my shit without having to talk to YouTube.
I don't
Mm.
even know if you can get away with stuff while you're still actually starting your channel. Like, if you're gonna be behaving during the start, like, what's the fun in that?
Mhm.
Yeah, but going forward, do you think there will ever be a time when YouTube will actually receive a worthy competition? I know there
No,
are
Rumble.
streaming services right now, but YouTube is the only thing that's actually free. It's really
No,
accessible to everyone and
I
content
don't think
creators.
so. I don't think so.
So do
Unless
I.
unless it becomes so restrictive that people move off the platform, it's YouTube's going to be YouTube forever. It's like I don't know. It's like
Yeah, that's the
you know
thing.
what I'm saying?
Another adpocalypse must happen in order for that to happen.
Yeah, but that's the
But they
thing.
know that.
A lot of people have been complaining that YouTube has been really restrictive now. Yet I don't see it slowing down.
Um I think peak restriction was obviously during the pandemic where they were the know all be all of misinformation. But
Yeah,
And I
now
guess, yeah.
it's not as serious, I don't think, nowadays compared to that time.
And I guess it's also propped up by creators who have been making YouTube profitable. It's not just Jimmy or the MrBeast brand, but there's also Sniper Wolf. You know that
yeah, yeah.
streamer, gaming streamer, that girl.
That's a
Yeah.
blatant display of YouTube double standards. I guess she's actually the poster girl for that thing.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
the type of
So
thing that she did actually is done by a small YouTuber. That would be just a perma ban when it comes to an account.
mm, yeah.
Like, doxing is the ultimate disrespect and actually pretty dangerous if you think about it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
Uh huh.
doxing is
that's a
because
grave sin.
you don't
You're
know who
destroying a
you're
life,
sending.
right? You're destroying a life regard
Yeah,
when you do that. Like, it's a family that you're actually making public without their consent. Like,
yeah.
Uh huh.
I figured she wouldn't want to be doxxed. Why even do it? And YouTube actually let that thing slide.
That's
Like,
super dirty. Doxing somebody, that's super, super, super dirty.
yes,
Like,
it's
I don't want everybody in the world knowing where I am. You know what I mean? It's
I wouldn't
insane.
even wish it to my worst enemy.
Right.
yeah, because your family's the one that's going to be suffering. Like, if you're not the
Yeah.
only one living at that home, and she
Mhm.
just got a slap in the wrist because for that one. I'm surprised it wasn't actually a much bigger issue than it is, and we're now actually looking at lunch like it's the end of the world.
Mm.
Yeah,
I'm not giving Logan Paul and KSI or Jimmy a pass on this, but then again, much
of
worse
course.
has been done on YouTube.
And speaking of doxing and harassment and all that shit, there's also this YouTuber called named Illuminati. I'm not sure if you're aware
Yeah,
of that
Illuminati.
YouTuber. Yeah,
Yeah,
Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to her?
I don't know, but the people who were orbiting her uh for quite some time have called her out, and I don't even know if it's already uh being uh being heard in court or something, because her former partner has been not really threatening her, but giving her an ultimatum that if
Yeah.
she doesn't, she doesn't do the right thing, he would sue her.
Yeah, you know you got
Yeah.
it big on YouTube when you have your own feature on Sunny V and Internet Anarchist.
Sonny V to an internet anarchist. Oh yeah.
Like you know you made it on YouTube when you have
Oh
when you have
yeah.
features like
Or in the
would you
Philippines, their counterpart is AC. EYSI.
who is it?
His AC. The spelling is EYSI. His style is just like Sunny V2 or Internet Anarchist or any of those video essayists or commentary creators.
Oh, AC.
Yeah.
Like this type of content is very rare in the Philippines, and I'm much more surprised that he only has 69,000 subscribers, considering the type
I
of
mean,
content
he's
that he's been
freaking
doing.
lucky. Okay? He's freaking lucky he has 69K. And I started earlier than him, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yes,
I
but
don't
I'm much
I
more
don't I
surprised with this
don't
type of
put
content.
I don't put it I don't, AC, if you're gonna watch this, this is not something against you. I highly appreciate what you do, and I actually congratulate you for all of the things that you've done. But you know what? Um, People like us are very rare, especially in the local scene. We've talked about this in my first episode as co-host of this podcast. But yeah, uh, the other person that has been into this kind of shit is Nico David. I'm
Yeah,
not sure if you know him, Christian, but yeah, he's been around for quite some time now. And honestly, he is one of the people who influenced me to start my YouTube channel.
hmm.
So think of it what you will.
Yeah, I still find it weird that podcasting has never actually caught on here in the Philippines. If
Mhm,
you look at the major channels, usually it's challenge, usually it's
mhm.
vlogs. In terms of
Yeah,
a long format, like are Filipinos actually not able to consume long format when it comes to videos?
maybe
Mm.
they don't have the patience that some of us have. Perhaps that's that.
Yeah, but some people here actually spend a lot of time listening to the radio for an entire day.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Coco or
different
something.
strokes for different
Right?
folks, as they say.
I guess it's a cultural thing. Like if we are already open to opinions, if we're actually programmed to it, like we would have our own talk shows late at night, and it still hasn't happened since Jojo A.
Yeah. But
But
there are attempts. There are podcast attempts or talk show or talk related content. Um but it's more like back and forth banter.
I think
And
as a
yeah,
as being on the outside looking in, I think people here are more interested in being entertained than being informed.
exactly. Exactly my sentiments, Chris.
Yeah, I concur.
Like, make me laugh. Don't teach me anything. Make me laugh.
There's always this uh there's always this balance between being entertained and being informed. And the only thing that is doing that at this point are memes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quite
not a lot of
ironically,
serious memes here.
in fact.
Well, I don't know that I would call it ironic. Memes are the new funnies from the newspaper.
Yeah, point taken.
You know what I mean? Like that's kind of it's been that style of information dispersal has been around for a long time. Like with the humor side, right? The quick
Mm,
glance. That's the thing. It's a quick glance.
yeah.
It's not
We
it's
got
not
8
even as
words and 2
creative as
pictures.
before when it comes to memes. Like people just usually clip videos, and it's too on the nose.
Yeah,
Like before, you would
2 on
have
the
to think
nose. Yeah,
about the meme, right?
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
Like imagine
yeah.
the memes of old, Like if you think I have my own blacksmith, like like disaster girl, you wouldn't think a picture of a girl would actually be with Hitler, right?
Right.
Or success kid. Like these are type of the memes that actually you know that thought has been put into it. Like just posting a clip of Will Smith or who was it? Was it Will Smith? It was
In
right.
what film
Okay, so
Father.
I have here the 50 famous memes.
of all time?
Please have Techno Viking there.
So this is interesting. Merriam-Webster defines meme as an idea, behavior, style, or usage that spreads from person to person within a culture, or an amusing or interesting item, such as a captioned video or picture, or genre of items that is spread widely online, especially through social media. It's only been that definition's only been around for 5 years, the last one. So you have distracted boyfriend meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is always a classic, which is actually a stock photo,
Yeah.
Oh.
believe it or not.
Another
Yeah, it wasn't
another one
even,
that's
yeah,
actually recent is not necessarily recent but topical is the Drake Hotline Bling meme.
yeah.
Really?
The expanding brain one I like.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have Young Thug at a computer. You have the first world problems meme, the lady crying. Uh, what's his name here? Change Steven Crowder with the Change My Mind.
Oh yeah. Yeah, to change my
Yeah.
mind.
Of course, Drake.
And one of
The
my favorites is
butterfly
actually
one.
Velociraptor. Remember
Velociraptor's a good
Velociraptor?
one. Yeah. The
But
Futurama.
what I understand about
Futurama.
memes is it has
Shut up
certain
and take
rules
my
that you
money.
there are certain
Yeah.
That was
rules that you
that
have to follow when you're making memes, like in terms of the usage of it.
Yeah. I don't know what one of my favorites is. Probably the thinking guy. This
Yeah.
which is
oh, the
hilarious
comedian.
video. If you know this guy, that shit's funny. He's British.
Oh, he's a Brit.
Yeah, yeah, he's British, yeah. But yeah. So of course the blinky guy, like the what? which was also screenshotted or snipped from a stream, a gaming stream.
Yeah, to our audience, leave your favorite meme on the comment section. We really like to actually find out what you're actually into back then, and what year you actually encountered them. Maybe we have something in common when it comes to taste. Hopefully, not the weird ones.
And yeah, and coming full circle, I mean, uh, when it comes to YouTube, uh, one of the favorite things that I also wanted to watch more, I guess, is meme review. There are meme reviews,
Really?
you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
there
went
are
away.
videos. Huh?
It went away. There was a series on YouTube where they actually dissect the meme, its origins, how it's actually created, what caused the virality of it. I forgot.
Is that know your meme?
Know your meme. That suddenly went
Yeah,
away,
know your.
right? It was
Mhm.
back in what, 2010?
Yeah, I guess so. And I
2010,
think
right?
yeah, and I think PewDiePie also is doing meme reviews during the lead up to that. And
I
you
think
know, uh-huh.
what replaced this, I think, are the reactors,
Yeah, these are all, I'm not seeing anything here that's not 5 to 7 years old.
right?
Oh, this guy's doing it 2 weeks ago. Wow, really? Meme review 44.0?
Yeah, I
Balco? Who is
guess
this kid?
yeah.
Oh, he's got
There's
2
also
million subs.
yeah. There are also other kinds of memes. Drew Durnell, I'm not sure of the YouTuber's name. He's into geography, geopolitics, and all that. That's his niche of meme review.
Mm.
Yeah, I think for the meme part of things, and YouTube actually contributed to this. Do you think the YouTube Shorts and the TikToks actually contributed to the death of the thinking man meme? Like memes that actually need a lot of thought to actually produce.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
It consumes the same amount of time, right, to actually process when you actually watch it. Like, I don't think this generation actually understands the type of memes that we're actually. But if you do, please add in the comment section, contribute, please.
And if you're
Yeah.
younger than us, we do appreciate you talking about the memes that you have in your generation, and we may also
Yeah.
discover it ourselves.
Hmm. Yeah, what's the what's
Yeah.
the what's the poppin' meme right now?
Have you seen any P Diddy memes lately?
I seen a it's P. Diddy's face, but it's in the style of Quagmire,
Giggity.
P. Giggity.
Yeah, going back, I haven't seen any Logan Paul and MrBeast memes so far. You
I
would think
guess
there would be many.
the reason why is because they have a very large fan base, and pitchforks would be raised if ever there are memes about Jimmy or
What,
Logan or
Jimmy?
KSI.
Pitchforks raised by little kids?
Maybe, or the teenagers or whatever, but um given the Tyson allegations, it's open season. So I really am expecting a lot of Mr. Beast memes or
Like,
Chris Tyson memes
are
for
they
that matter.
like at this point? Do their fans still think these celebrities are actually worth their pity? Oh my God! Think of the millionaires. Like,
Or think of the people he has
think of the
helped and
million.
all that. That's I
Like,
mean, that's poverty porn.
yeah, It's been a good discussion regarding the evolution of
Yeah.
YouTube. Like for those who are
Yeah.
just tuning in, this is probably the end. Part of the
Yeah.
video. Where have you been?
Yeah, but if you want to know, or if you
You're, either that you're
talk,
probably
if you
skipped everything. Like, please go
yeah,
back. It's an interesting
uh,
discussion.
yeah, I highly recommend you start here, and then after you end this episode of the Paper Straw podcast, I have a playlist regarding the Mr. Beast drama saga. We will be linking it in the video description below.
Yeah.
It's a full playlist, and I'm not sure if it's gonna be updated quite often, but it is updated as of this recording. So I highly recommend all of that. All I mean to watch or binge watch all of my videos regarding the Mr. Beast drama saga. And how about you guys? Do you have anything that you may share?
I'm good.
Yeah. Well, on that note, like, thank you very much for actually joining us this episode. If you made us this far, you might not have anything to do this day. So,
But we
it's
still
been so long since
appreciate
we've done
you.
a straight one. Like
Yeah.
this has been fun. Well,
Yeah.
please
Yeah.
don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz.
Mhm.
My, I was I'm your host, Christian Tijares. What the fuck is my English now? Like I said, it's been so long that we actually had a
Yeah.
conversation long with actually
Yeah.
switching out to
Mm.
actually fix the video. Like again,
Did
like,
we did
comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. And on behalf of my co-host Ian Rignon and Christopher Anthony, I'm Christian Tejares, and we'll
Sure.
see you in the next.
Bye, guys.